Amazing items from beauty to fashion to jewelry, things you just want to have. But a lot of times there are items that you need to have, and there's no better purchase you can make than peace of mind, in my opinion. And we live in a crazy world, right? Mother Nature is so unpredictable, whether it's hurricanes, it's crazy tornadoes, maybe it's just a power outage. You never know what can happen. Obviously, we can't prevent these types of events in life, but we can prepare for them, and you can do it with Wise Company. This is a company that helps you skip the chaos and the confusion at the grocery stores, the heavy, bulky cans, jugs and bottles, and give you the essentials that you need, the food, the water, the drinks, everything in one easy grab and go case. In fact, with what we've got today, we are giving you 172 servings of breakfast, of lunch, of dinner, desserts, your drinks. How about milk? I know as a mom, I can appreciate that. How about having everything you need in one container that has a 25-year shelf life, that all you need is water, and it doesn't even have to be hot to give you a gorgeous meal. That's what we've got today, 172 servings. That is a lot, especially considering, you know, Wise Company is a very reputable brand. A lot of you love to shop on their actual website. They actually have a kit right now that's half the amount of servings. That's about $200. So that is why this is our today's special too. And Stephanie Roberts is here as a brand ambassador for Wise Company to kind of walk us through all this. It's really good to see you.
Absolutely, great to be here.
This is one of those things, like I said, you can't prevent things from happening, but you can definitely be prepared. And
Absolutely.
I feel like this is definite peace of mind, because the range of what you're going to get today, it's just huge. And it's everything from the comfort foods to the desserts to like the hearty meals that you need.
So much different food and great tasting
by the way.
food. Yes, that's the most important thing.
I love taste testing when we get to do these, because you have actual chefs that prepare this food, correct?
And that's the difference. So when you hear emergency food, I know we understand the importance of being prepared, but I know the first thing you thought was, oh, all right, maybe I have to have it, but I don't want to have it. It's not going to be good. Wise employs chefs to make these recipes, and you can really tell the difference. The flavors, the texture, the spicing, it's all exactly like it's supposed to be. But then it's the scientists at the factory at Wise that go a step further. These are made in a special package that literally shuts out things that make food go bad. So it's the packaging that keeps the humidity away, that keeps the oxygen away, that keeps the moisture away. And because of this packaging, and because of the fact that it's done in the Wise factories, everything in this package is shelf stable and safe for you to eat for up to 25 years.
Amazing.
25 years of food that you can tell very quickly by looking at. This one's the teriyaki rice, and we're gonna make this one. There's the carrots, there's the peppers, there's the red peppers, the flavors, the seasonings. They're all there. It tastes just as if you take it and put it in a white cardboard container. You would never know that it wasn't takeout from your favorite restaurant. And you don't even need the water to be hot. So if you're in a situation where you don't have electricity, you can still make a meal. And I'd love to show you too what you're getting in just a moment here, so you can get an idea, because 172 servings, and we're talking everything from like apple cinnamon cereal to beans to potato casseroles to even multigrain cereals, tomato soups, yogurt style desserts, vanilla puddings. I mean, there is a lot included in here, and I think it's really important just for people to be able to see how it's going to arrive and maybe how they should store it too. Oh, exactly. And of course, all the many ways you can use it. You can see here in a power outage, this is the way to kind of keep some normalcy. But we'll talk about hiking and camping and recreational uses. And as you know, as a busy working mom, a night when you are just too tired, maybe too sick, or a child is sick and you can't get to the store, to have great tasting food at the ready where all you do is add water. It is an awesome trick to have, whether it's daily prep or whether it is emergency preparedness. All right, so this is what's coming to you. 172 servings, breakfast entrees, lunch and dinner entrees, desserts, beverages. It is all in here. And it comes to you packed in this awesome bucket. Now, what I love about the bucket is waterproof. It is bug proof. It is like a sturdy bucket. It is also gonna be jam-packed when you put all this in. By the way, free shipping and handling. Awesome. because this is a big bucket and it will be heavy.
Is there anywhere we should not be storing this?
It needs to be in a cool, dry place for you to get the up to 25 year shelf life. Right, it's food. We don't want it to go bad, so we need to keep it cool. I actually take mine out of the bucket because my storage space in my house is limited, so I store it under my bed. It's in an under the bed box. I slide it right in there. I keep the bucket in the garage because I use it for water, can use it for lots of other things. So, but you know, closets, pantries, just not the attic, not the garage, not the car.
Good gift, by the way, if you have friends or family members who live in an area where things tend to happen a lot and you want them to be prepared, I would love to receive something like this. I think it's just such a thoughtful idea.
It's very thoughtful because it just ensures that you're going to have something you can't do without. Obviously, that is food.
So we're gonna cook, we're gonna try these. Stephanie brought up a great point, free shipping and handling on this, because this is a lot of food we're sending you. Also, this Today Special too, it's $99.95. We do have flex payments available, so $24.99 will get this home to you right away. You can pay that off over time, interest-free, but you have it, you have that peace of mind. $24, I mean, that's less than it costs to go out to eat, and now you're set for the next 25 years if you store it correctly. And if you have an HSN credit card, by the way, use it for this and you get 2 extra flex payments. So you could spend $16 and change and get it home.
Well, and a good question that we always get is, so how much food is 172 servings? And we will talk about that. But first I want to show you how easy it is. All you do is add water. I mean, you are ending up with gourmet tasting meals, chef recipes, and all you do is add water. Now, you see that our pots are sitting on burners. That is not because the water has to be hot. That is simply because it comes together a little more quickly. It reconstitutes in the water more quickly when the water is warm. But if I was an emergency, if my power is out, if I have no way to boil my water, if the water coming out of my sink is not hot because my water heater is out, I can use stone cold water, and this will turn out exactly and perfectly the same, even with cold water. It just takes a little longer. So about 15 minutes if your water's cold, we'll come back in 5, and this will be good to go.
And so that is that beautiful rice
This is the teriyaki rice. So 172 servings is a lot of food. I mean,
it really is.
A serving is essentially an entree. So what you are getting is 10 lunch and dinner entrees, 3 different breakfast entrees, plus desserts, plus beverages, and it's enough food so that you can have 3 entrees a day, as in eating 3 times a day, which we would want to do, for 1 person for 1 month, for 2 people for 2 weeks, or for a family of 4 for an entire week.
And isn't that
right here in this bucket
so much nicer than, you know, here in Florida we have hurricanes, I feel like all the time. And when you know there's one coming, everybody runs to the store, what can I get? Everything's gone. You're basically living on peanut butter for the next,
if you're
who knows
lucky.
how long. And that can be really stressful, getting the canned food. How long is it good? It takes up a lot of room. It's super heavy. It's hard to take on the go. This is a great option. It's all self-contained, lightweight when you were comparing this to cans and cans of food and jugs of beverages. Milk, how are you gonna have milk if you need it in an emergency situation?
And that's why that's such a big part.
How amazing is that?
Yep,
I mean,
to have the whey milk. And when we talk about a serving, I wanna show you something. So this pouch of food is 4 servings. I wanna divide this plate for you, just so you can see, we are not talking about just a couple of bites of food here. That is a good hearty portion. Remember, we are talking grains, vegetables, a lot of these have proteins in them as well, so that you are getting a serving of food that is going to hold you. And that's important because, you know, when we're talking about a time, as you said, people are gonna be nervous, it's gonna be stressful. These are hearty meals, and that's something that Wise customers ask for. They ask to have more hearty meals included in the bucket, because think about it, if the power's out, you're likely dealing with other problems, your kids are off their routines, maybe it's bad weather and flooding, and then you've got that concern there. You know, your whole family routine is off. I know Michelle can speak to, as a mom, you know, your first job is to make sure the kids are, you know, fairly content and not upset and not stressed. And we all know that a good meal is a lot to do with that.
And some milk for my 3-year-old
and some milk,
have
and
before
we've
bed.
got that too.
But I'm looking at this spread, and when you speak to hearty, I mean, these are things you would probably make anyway in your home. From the beans, the baked potato casseroles, there's cheesy macaroni, stroganoff, pasta alfredo. I know the teriyaki and rice is really good because I try that one every time. It has so much flavor and seasoning. Potatoes and chicken pot pie. I mean, these are things.
That's one of our new
like
ones.
You're
You'll
saying,
love it.
yeah, the comfort foods. And remember, Wise Company does it differently. This is not not like astronaut food that tastes like cardboard, or that's super, super salty because it's just been loaded with all these preservatives. This is created by chefs, and they found a way to package this differently so that it will last for you, and you can count on this for years to come.
And the first thing I can tell you is go to our website at hsn.com, go to the Wise Foods website, and start reading. Because one thing I love is that people decide, okay, yes, for the safety and security of my family, I need to have a better food source, so they bring it home. But come on, we're all curious, right? When you buy something, you want to try it, you want to play with it. So good, bring it home, open up that bucket, and make one, because I want you to taste the difference. Taste how it isn't powdery, it isn't bland, it isn't a funny texture. It tastes like the meal it is supposed to be. In this case, that is a baked potato casserole.
I need to try something.
It has, well, I've got a plate right here ready for you. You tell me what you're ready for. Try the baked potato casserole.
Okay, I'll try that.
Because I think you'll be impressed with the flavor profile.
And I also would love you to know at home, it's not just lunch and dinner. There's breakfast options as well. So, I mean, whether that's strawberry granola crunch, maybe you're wanting to do one of the multi-grain cereals, there are lots and lots of options here. So don't feel like this is just lunch and dinner. That's just a huge menu.
Exactly.
Loaded baked potato.
Loaded baked potato. And the thing I want you to notice too are the flavors, so that you can see what it tastes like.
Tastes like bacon in there.
It's got a little smoky to it.
That's what it is, the smoky.
It's got a little smoky to it.
And the chives, I can definitely taste that.
And that's okay. And you know what the thing I appreciate as the mother of picky eaters, there's a lot of different foods here. You know, I'll be honest, one of my kids is probably not gonna eat that because it tastes a little too real. You know, it tastes like bacon. It tastes like
straight up baked potato right there.
It's awesome. However, you know, the tomato basil soup, the pasta alfredo, the cheesy mac, a little bit more on the blander side for the simpler palates. Those of us that like food, as I like to say, with real taste, like to have the, you know, the teriyaki rice, the rice pilaf, the things that are a little different. So there's a nice wide variety of flavors, in addition to the fact that they're all comforting, the fact that they're all different.
There's lots of texture to this. It's not mush. Like, I'm actually chewing through the potatoes, chewing on the herbs and the spices there. Really tasty.
Whereas you'd probably expect it to be a little pasty, right?
You do.
When you
just
don't
add
know.
water. You don't know. It's hard. It's hard. And this company has been doing this for years and years, and they're very well known for not only the quality, but the taste, how beautifully packaged everything is. But even on their own website right now, half the amount of portions for about $1.99, and that's on their website. And I encourage people to shop it out. I shop around when I do. But one of the benefits of HSN is we get to work with Wise Company directly and bring you special deals like this. So instead of that, we're gonna double that amount. We're giving you 172 servings for $99.95. It's our today special too, because the value really is phenomenal. Free shipping and handling, that is a big deal. 4 flex payments, so under $25 to get it home. If you use your HSN credit card, you can get 6 flex payments on this as well. So when we're speaking to value in terms of what you're getting, it's great, but it's that peace of mind as well, because I'll tell you, knowing that you have this is valuable as well.
Well, because what don't you know? You don't know when a freak thunderstorm may create a power outage that lasts for days and days and days. Unfortunately, it is tornado season already in the South, soon in the Midwest. You know, you don't get warning for things like that. I mean, we know about floods, we know about hurricanes. You know, you can prepare in so many ways. You prepare your house, right? You put up gutters, you put your patio furniture in safe places, but what are you doing to prepare your security? Maybe you have batteries, you have flashlights. What are you gonna eat? You know, it's like the last thing we think of, but it's the first thing we need.
And my husband and I, for the longest time, we had one of those giant gray storage bins, and it was full of like camping food, which is fine because a lot of people, outdoorsy people, use this for that, but that was not meant to last 25 years, and that was not packaged in, and it was not very good. We tried it once, just we were curious, but it was in this big bin, and everything got heavy because we had cans of beans, we had cans of who knows what.
And did you read the expiration dates on
we had to throw out at least half of it.
Cans expire, and if that's something that you've done in the past for your personal emergency kits at home, please check the dates, because they do expire.
It's true.
They're heavy.
Reality here.
The value is bad. There's lots of sodium in it, but the thing is, that's not something that's one and done. Every single year, you have to repack your kit and buy more things, and it ends up being a waste of money.
Are you going to do it, or would you rather get something like this that you can just keep stored away and not have to worry? The wide range of foods you're getting, if you're just joining us, all you need need is water. It doesn't even have to be hot.
Nope.
That's what's beautiful about this, created by chefs who found a smarter way to store and package the food so that it is good for you and bursting with flavors and textures and real food. I mean, we're talking everything from barbecue beans.
Yep, the barbecue beans, the creamy pasta and veggies.
The potato pie. I cannot wait to try that one, the chicken pot pie.
Yep.
That we were talking about. There's mac and cheese, there are breakfast options, even orange drinks. Sometimes, especially kids get tired of water.
Well, so here's the thing. All you need is water, and then again, you can have orange drinks, and I love the milk. You mentioned as a mom, the ability to make the whey milk, such a comfort factor for kids. I'm sure your little one needs the sippy cup, needs a bedtime story. You know, that's just part of routine. And when everything else is going crazy, to be able to provide that kind of routine. It's one of those things that you just have to sit back and think about. You know, we pay car insurance, and boy, do we pay a lot of car insurance. But it's not that we ever get anything from that car insurance, whereas with this, you can pack your emergency kit, yet you can still have meals for camping, have meals to take on a hike, have meals to put in your boat, have meals on a tough Tuesday night when you can't get to the store.
Have meals for a college student or somebody who's like a new professional and does not have the time to do that. And you want them to have food with good, real ingredients that are very simple to prepare. This is a great idea for them as well. So there's lots of reasons. I still think this would be such a great gift for someone too, because it's really thoughtful, and then it's just gonna give them peace of mind as well. We do have AutoShip available too. So for those of you who may be using it for those reasons, this is a good way to lock in this price point, lock in free shipping, and then you can customize how often you're receiving these, and you can also cancel that at any time. There's never any charge for that. So just some great options. And as you've seen, we've already created so many great meals. We've got barbecue beans down here, some rice, we've got teriyaki rice. I had the loaded baked potato casserole, which was amazing. And on the other end here, we even get into like vanilla pudding.
Yeah,
desserts.
we'll walk down and check out all the desserts. I do want to show you though, just since we've started talking, there's our teriyaki rice.
Look, I see red peppers, I see carrots. There's
some greens. Yeah, absolutely.
Really nice.
And again, all we did was add water. This took less than 10 minutes, and really this would be dinner ready to serve. No problem with getting the food to do exactly what you expect it to do with just water. This would have worked just as well with cold water. The only thing you need to make sure, obviously, is that it is safe to drink water.
Of course.
But I love the fact that knowing that once this is in my house, it's one less thing to worry about. You know, then you can go on to worry about the other things. You know, is the house secure? Are the kids doing okay?
Right.
Do we have a plan for the pets? But because this will be there for up to 25 years, now I don't have to think about that anymore. And there's so many other things to do in life to just have this one, and it's a big one. Eating is a big one.
You reminded me too. So all you need is water. Make sure it's safe water. We have a water bottle coming up toward the end of this hour, but you can actually filter up to 100 gallons and make sure it's safe for drinking and consumption. It's only $30.
It's amazing.
So if you want to pick up one of those, the info is on your screen right now, and I would get it and then put it inside that bin if you can fit it, or put it near it, and then that way you really take away some more of the worry. It's a great bottle. Wait till you see that.
In combination, when you have the water bottle with this, you've kind of checked off all the needs, right? I mean, you've got the food and you've got the ability to have the safe drinking water. Again, 10 different lunch and dinner entrees are coming as part of the 172 servings, but we haven't talked a lot about the fun extras.
I love it.
There are 3 breakfast-style entrees, and obviously you can eat anything whenever you'd want to, but I like the fact, because again, as moms, we know how kids are creatures of habit.
It's true.
They just probably expect some sort of cereal early in the day. You know,
I just had this battle this morning. And I'm like, you're having eggs and blueberries. No, I want cereal. I'm like, you can't do it every day, but when you're in a situation when there's weird stuff happening in the world, that is nice to have the comfort
Absolutely.
foods.
So this comes with a brown sugar cereal, also a apple cinnamon cereal. Those are the 2 multi-grain oatmeal style cereals. And then a strawberry granola. This is new in our configuration. It is so snackable. Oh my gosh. I will admit, I've been snacking on it most of the morning. It tastes phenomenal.
But look how hearty these are. I mean, look at the grains.
Whole grains.
Whole grains. And that's important too. That keeps you full longer. It's gonna be a better option for you to choose versus, let's say you just went to the store and scooped up all the bagels you could find. Those don't last very long, right? You scooped left up the last of the peanut butter, how many PB&Js can you have? You gotta keep the jelly cold too. We've been through the hurricanes where you get these things and you just, some things you miss. You know, you're more concerned about your family's safety, getting them out, getting the batteries, the stuff you need. The food is so important, and oftentimes you're right, it's the last thing we do. We run to the store and we grab whatever's left because you're, you know, elbowing people
and
to
you
get what you
realize
need.
very quickly that,
like, wait, that doesn't work.
That doesn't exactly make for comfort. So
really
instead, make it easy on yourself. Take 172 servings of food, which is enough for 3 entrees a day for a family of 4 for a week. So should you have a power outage, should you have a flood this spring or summer that keeps you from getting where you need to get more food on the table, this takes care of it.
And if there's just 2 of you or just 1 of you, you can expand the length of time for sure.
Absolutely. 2 people for 2 weeks and a single person, 1 person for a month. And we hear a lot of times, well, it's awfully big. You know what? I love being able to share this. I love splitting it up. For one thing, if you're ever in an evacuation situation and you need to go to someone else's home, they're always happy when you bring your own food, you know, rather than showing up and being a burden. You can at least be like, hey, listen, we had to leave our home. It wasn't safe to stay. We've got food. We can share.
That's a good
we
point.
can kind of pool our resources. I know that's a real common way where, you know, disaster situations get handled.
And if someone's just tuning in as well, once they get this home, how should they be storing it and how long will it last and all of that?
Again, keep it in a cool, dry place. So not in the attic, not in the garage, you know, somewhere where we keep that 72 degrees temperature.
Okay.
And it'll be there for up to 25 years, all because of this pouch. This is a specially designed pouch by Wise Foods, and because of it, everything in it, every one of those great tasting vegetables and proteins, and in this case, pastas and potatoes, will be fresh for up to 25 years. They have used chefs to write these recipes. That's the most important thing off the bat to me, because they taste like they're supposed to. This is pot pie. It has potatoes and chicken, and you can see big pieces of carrots and peas, and it tastes like I made it from scratch. But the second most important thing, and really the key to having a prepared survival kit for your family, is that this food's gonna be here for you because of the specially designed atmospheric pouch. It seals out humidity, it seals out oxygen, it seals out moisture. Those are all things that make food go bad, and it seals them out for up to 25 years so that you can bring home 10 different lunch and dinner entrees, 3 different cereals, yogurt, fruits, puddings, orange drink, whey milk, all of the above, and you'll have it for up to 25 years.
I'm seeing mac and cheese.
Digging into the mac and cheese.
And this is legitimate mac and cheese. Can you see the size of these noodles? And look how creamy the consistency is just from adding your water. And that is a lot. That's a good amount of food for everyone. It's not just like a little sampling, you know, taste tester.
And the thing I like about it is, you know, when we are making things, you can see already, you can see the peas, you can see the carrots, you can see the celery. These are the veggies to season the chicken pot pie with the potatoes. You know, it's a hearty meal. It's got everything that you would want in it, and it is exactly as you would expect. So I love the fact that you're getting what you expect. You're getting the taste that you expect. Would your 3-year-old be happy to see that mac and cheese?
It's actually very well seasoned. Like it's not just like pasta with cheese taste on it. It's very well seasoned. The consistency I love. That's one of my favorite things I think about all of these. There's actual textures. Like you will taste the peas and the proteins and the grains. I mean, everything is its own separate ingredient. Even the flavorings, the spices, all of it, you really get a full flavor profile.
Well, think about when a food isn't okay. It's usually texture, right? Or when you eat a prepared food, it usually has a little bit of a texture.
Or like, it's super salty.
Yes,
like just
exactly.
overloaded with salt.
The pasta that comes out of the can with the orangish sauce, my kids send it right back to me. That is actually used to be in our emergency kit, and let me tell you, I don't even think in an emergency that would have flown. So, you know, you're getting the food tasting the way you expect it to taste, but again, more than anything, I can't stop emphasizing just the fact to know it's checked off the list. You know, there's a whole list of things we can't control. As a mom, I spend most of my day worrying about them. You know, that's what we do, right? We think about the what-ifs for our family and our homes and those we love, and we can't control the weather, and we can't control the crazy instability of the world, and we can't control any of that stuff. So what we can control is knowing that we have our little world safe and secure, and a lot of that has to do with food. FEMA says the same thing, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. They want each of us to, in our pantries, have enough food for at least 3 days preferred 3 weeks.
And how many of us have that, honestly?
So look in your pantry. You don't get to count your fridge.
Yeah.
Because if there's a power outage, that's going to be gone in about a couple days.
And tell me if you've
count
got
the freezer.
Things like barbecue beans and chicken pot pie, mac and cheese and teriyaki rice. I mean, these are like real meals. What you're seeing is the special packaging, how everything that you're going to be receiving today. It's $99.95 for all of this. And don't forget, that includes breakfast, dessert, you've got drinks, you have milk, everything together. We are gonna take care of the shipping and handling for you as well. And it's on 4 flex payments, so $24.99. And you don't even have to go to the stores, to the outdoor places, rummage through the shelving, look at expirations, try to piecemeal together actual complete meals for yourself and your family. It's all done for you, and it's all in one container. It's so simple. If you need it quickly, you grab it and you go.
Yes,
and
you do.
A lot of you love this if you're the outdoorsy type, if you like to camp or hike or fish, if you're just a busy parent, maybe a student who doesn't have time to cook. All you need is water for this. It doesn't even have to be hot. So it is a great gift idea as well. Keep that in mind. The value is so amazing today, and that's why it's our Today Special too, because it's even better than what you can find on Wise Company's own website right now.
Well, and think about the value just of food. You know, at this price point, you're getting 172 servings.
Right.
So that's 3 entrees a day. You're getting an entree for like 50-some cents. You know, I can't go to the worst fast food place I can think of and get a burger for 50 cents, but yet you're getting a balanced entree. In this case, the chicken and the potato pot pie. You know, I've got carbs, I've got the starches, I've got my protein, I've got my veggies. Okay, so this one's room temperature. I want you to try it room temperature. Okay. Because this, in an emergency, you would probably be eating this room temperature.
And this is one package, correct?
That is
so this
one
is everything you get.
Package.
That's
that is a lot of food.
Okay, here we go.
Absolutely, it is.
Legitimately, that is delicious.
Isn't that amazing? That's our new one.
I just got a bite of celery.
That has become everybody's new favorite.
That is really good.
I mean, would you expect all that flavor?
It's, again, and for me, lots of flavor, but the texture. I taste the carrots. Look at me dripping it everywhere. I taste the carrots, I taste the peas, and I did get a crunch of, like, I think it was celery. It had that earthy celery.
I saw it as we were cooking it. It's in there.
And so this is the pot pie, you said?
This is, yes, the chicken potato pot pie. This is one of our newer ones, certainly new to our large bucket offerings. But again, it's hearty. It's like a hug, right? And when are you gonna need a warm food hug? In the middle of a problem, you know?
Because everybody's uncomfortable, you're already worried about things. The last thing you need on your mind is, how am I gonna feed everybody
Absolutely.
today? What are we gonna have? Are we gonna be hungry? You know, are we gonna be asking other people for help? You can take care of yourself. You make such a good point.
I love that point.
We can prepare, we can feel good about it. Leave it in your pantry. Just know that it's there. If you get to the 25th year and you still haven't needed it, that's amazing because that means you didn't need it, but you could just eat it.
Well, and that's
eat it then, and then you get your money's worth, right?
If you are just joining us, we've been talking before about how people bring this home and then try it. Please do. You know, I mean, you've heard us talk about how we're loving this chicken and potato pot pie. Bring it out to dinner. Here's my favorite trick. Make one of the entrees and not tell my family that it's actually emergency preparedness food. I'm sneaky in a lot of ways. I'd be sneaking more veggies in that too. But here's the thing. Nobody's gonna know that you didn't make this by scratch. And Wise will back that because that's how good it is. And the flavors are there. In fact, if you're not a very good cook, they may accuse you of ordering it from a restaurant.
And I mean, seriously, there's a lot of variety. We've got vanilla puddings, we have granola, there's an apple cinnamon whole grain oat here. It's not like an oatmeal. We have noodle dishes, mac and cheese.
Pasta Alfredo, mac and cheese.
That was delicious.
There's the famous chicken potato pot pie. This
Alfredo?
Yep, an Alfredo and a beef stroganoff. There's both included. This is one of my favorites. It is the vegetable rotini. And the reason I like this one so much is because it's, again, it's that texture. It just has that smooth, creamy texture. Like you made a white sauce all on your own and then added pasta and veggies and baked it in the oven.
You can see the spices too. I mean, nothing is left out here, down to the rices and the beans as well. And don't forget, you're getting the beverages too. There's milk and the orange drink. So, I mean, everything included. It's 172 different servings.
172 servings and everything you need to keep your family comfortable. You like that one? Yep, that was always my favorite. It's been with us a very long time. I will admit the pot pie might be easing it out now.
Man, and then if someone is just joining us, can you walk us through again how long this will last, the family sizes?
Absolutely. So you're looking at 172 servings, which are including 10 lunch and dinner entrees, 3 different breakfast style entrees, cereals and grains and granolas, plus yogurt, plus the ability to make pudding and whey milk and orange drink. So that is enough food with 3 entrees a day for a family of 4 for a week. So 2 people for 2 weeks, do a little math, and then 1 person for a month.
That's 3 entrees a day, too.
Exactly, because you know, we're trying to replicate what you would need if the storm comes through and blows the power out for days on end. Because guess what, it happens. Or the floods. Well, have you either trapped or evacuated for days on end?
First of all, last year was a crazy year. I don't even know about 2019, but last year, you have to check out this map, because this is actually showing you of all the crazy things that happened last year: wind damage, tornadoes, large hail. This is that preliminary severe weather report database. So they put this log together. That is
it's crazy, isn't it?
A huge portion of the country.
So this is from NOAA. This is from the atmospheric organization that tracks weather events. And as you can see, the eastern 2/3 of the country, there isn't anybody that doesn't have something going on at some point in the year. And that's kind of what WISE is all about. And here's the thing that scares me. The West, obviously, things are a little more scattered, but boy, they're a big deal when they happen. You know, things like fires and evacuations, and the snowstorm in Seattle that shut things down for days earlier this month. You know, it doesn't matter where you are. Weather events happen. It doesn't matter where any of us are. Instability in the world happens. You know, there's just things that we know are out there, but all we can do is worry about our own little cozy world. Keep things in the family, we like to say at my house. True. So that's why we have homeowners insurance and car insurance and hopefully medical insurance. Look at this as food insurance. But it's not food insurance where you're like, oh boy, I hope I never have to eat my potato casserole. No, it's more along the lines of, oh, all right, I think I'm gonna make that potato casserole tonight. Get it home, pack the emergency kit or the survival kit or however you and your family look at it. So if something happens, you're taken care of. But then have that teriyaki rice. Give it a try and know that WISE is talking about high quality food, baked beans, rice pilaf, tomato basil soup at honestly pennies per serving.
And when comfort and consistency are very hard to come by during those times, this is where you can find it. And I love the idea too, once you get those warnings, of not having to panic and make a list and go to the store and, you know, I say fight other people, but I mean, just everyone's in each other's way. It's a very high stress situation. I'd rather be more concerned about, okay, food's taken care of, I'm good. Let's talk about the family and where we're gonna go and what we're gonna do.
Exactly.
And then spending my time on this and lugging super heavy, you know, cans and jugs, and just it's all very compact in this one container, which I think is so nice. So you know that you're covered. You can grab it by the handle and take it with you. I mean, it really is simplicity.
It is. It's, if you want to leave it packed as is, I call it grab and go. I mean, none of us really like to think about evacuating, but there are situations like floods and fire where you do have to go. So I like the fact that I can load my family in the car. I'm going to bring my food with me. I'm going to bring my water with me, and I'm going to go somewhere that's safer. But regardless of where I go, I have food and I have water.
And space is at a premium in the car when you've got to go. And you've got to pack the family and the dog and everybody. How would you get this many servings of food into your car and out?
If it were cans, if it were, yes, exactly. This is meant to be whatever you need it to be. And that's why I love this concept so much. Maybe you need it because you know you work a lot of hours and sometimes getting dinner on the table doesn't work very well. This is a great way to do it. Maybe you need it because you're a huge outdoors family and you want to do all these camping and hiking adventures this year.
I love that idea.
Yeah, I know, isn't that a fun way to do it? The packs, by the way, they're so easy to throw in a backpack and things like that. But maybe it's hard to do the prepping that a camping trip takes. This takes the prepping out of camping, you know, because you've got everything you need. Here's my thing about camping. It's all fun until it rains and I can't get a good fire to cook on. So at that point, I want to go home. Well, this solves that problem.
You don't even need hot water for this.
You don't need your water to be hot, okay? Now listen, we would all like a hot entree, but when it comes right down to it, you've been eating room temperature food this entire show.
It's nice to know you can still eat it even if you can't get the hot water.
Absolutely.
Very true.
It works great.
We have a phone call. I'd love to go to the phone line. So welcome in. You are live with Michelle and Stephanie right now. Who are we speaking with and where are you calling from?
Hi, ladies. It's Mark from Florida. How are you this afternoon?
Hi, Mark from Florida. We're great. Okay, you're from Florida, so you know that crazy weather can happen anytime.
Well, it seems to follow me and my family because I've been through Hurricane Frederick, Elena, Hugo, and Charleston, all the big storms, and yes, Irma.
Oh, my goodness. So do you have one of these emergency preparedness kits?
I not only have one, but I have 3 for the family.
Oh, good.
Oh, wonderful.
What made you decide to do that?
Like you guys are saying, it's just one less thing to worry about when all the chaos is going to get your home and your pets and things secured, and then having to rush out and see what's available at the stores.
Well,
Very
you've
true.
experienced firsthand what happens at the stores too.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing left. So now you have what you need.
Nope. And, you know, I just told my sister yesterday we need to start getting ready for storm season now that we got her in her house and we have dogs. So she goes, isn't that like 6 months away? And it's like, no, 2 months.
I mean, really, it feels like a perpetual hurricane season around here. But I'm curious, Mark, if you've tried any of the food yet since you've had these.
No, ma'am. I just keep looking in the back of my closet that they're there. And they're ready for storm season for that purpose because of what we've been through over the years.
Well, I hope you never have to break into them, but if you do and you decide to try one, I think you're really going to be pleasantly surprised, honestly.
Absolutely. And the value, like you said, you can replace items, but when you get hungry and you got to take care of the family, that should be the first thing on families' minds.
Good call.
Good, absolutely,
You're right.
Mark.
I could not agree with you more. Very, very true. Well, I'm really happy that you are prepared and ready too if something happens. So I want to thank you for calling.
Not a problem, and let's hope we don't have another storm come through our way.
We agree.
I'm all about that, Mark.
We
Absolutely.
agree.
Thank you so much. But,
thanks, Mark.
You know, to his point, that's right. Stuff is stuff. But when you're in a situation where it's you and everybody that you care about and you want to be able to feed them, how nice to have that taken care of.
Exactly,
Really.
because when it comes right down to it, it is about keeping our family safe and secure.
Yep.
And honestly, having food is part of that. And that, I think, is the part that we get so tied up sometimes in the other things when we are thinking about storm season. Oh, batteries and flashlights.
Right.
All those things are important, but don't forget this one. Don't forget food. And what I like so much about what Wise Foods is doing for us here at HSN is that we can check this off the list, not just this year, not just for the next 5 years, but for the next 25 years.
And you know,
keep it in a cool, dry place and you don't have to worry about it.
I love what Mark said, how he picked up a couple, so one for each person, because honestly, I'm telling you, this is not a massive bucket, so there's no reason you couldn't pick up a few. Like he was saying, one for each member of the family even, and it's not taking up a ton of space, very easy to store. So it is, I mean, if you want to be super duper prepared, like Mark is saying, you could definitely do that, because this is not, I mean, you could put this in the back of a pantry, in a closet. You just said a cool, dry space, right?
Cool and dry. Again, pantries, closets.
Everything.
I keep mine under the bed in a flatter box, and then I just use the bucket for other things, like in a case of a hurricane, which is, of course, what we worry about so much in the South and East. I'd put water in it. You know, I'd fill it with fresh water right off the bat, and then have the rest of it. But
what are you making now?
I want you to smell this.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't it smell?
The cinnamon.
I knew you'd catch that. Isn't it amazing?
You can see the cinnamon in the water and the brown sugar.
Yep, so this is the whole grain cereal, but the spices. Talk about a warm hug.
Oh my gosh.
It smells absolutely amazing.
And look at the consistency of the ones that are finished in front of it. Those are actual oats. Like I can see it's not a mush with a little bit of consistency to it. Those are actual whole grain oats.
Absolutely. This is the brown sugar and maple. You can smell the wonderful cinnamon. And if there's one thing, you know, in the past, when you think about prepared food, when you think about emergency food, or it's often called astronaut food, let's see, what have I heard? I've heard powdery, I've heard wallpaper paste, all these things. Salty is another one. When you look in front here and you look in the pans, because these are the ones that we literally have reconstituted in the past 20 minutes all together here. Doesn't have to be hot water. Any type of water, you can see
how creamy that
this is a real consistency. This is exactly like mac and cheese, if I made it from scratch on my stovetop, would look and taste like. In fact, I would tell you that the mac and cheese here with just water from Wise is hundreds of times better than that blue box stuff that our kids are addicted to for some unknown reason.
And that is just one part of this 172 servings. So as you saw, we have the breakfast, the lunches, the desserts, we have the drinks as well. This is the most servings that we have ever offered at the best value that we have ever done. And that's because we can go direct to Wise Company, Wise Foods, and come up with a package like this specifically for you and your needs. And we're talking a huge amount of food, 25-year shelf life on this. We are taking care of the shipping and handling for you.
That's a great deal.
We have knocked the price down to $99.95. Use a flex payment. That's for everyone shopping. It's an interest-free way to break up your payments over time, but you get your items right away. So $24.99 to get it home. If you have an HSN credit card, use it. You'll get 6 flex payments on this. Even on Wise Company's own website, they have a pack, and it's half the amount of servings, and it's $199. It's almost $200. And I don't say that to, you know, make them upset, but we do our shopping, and they worked out a really fantastic value for us to offer you for our today's special too. So it's a great time to get it.
You know what, Wise is an American company. They're based in Utah. Everything is manufactured, packaged, and distributed right here in the U.S. They've actually gone to storm sites and delivered this food to people that weren't adequately prepared. So it is so important to them and us that all of our HSN family be prepared too, which is why the price is as it is here, and it's different on their website, because thousands of people pay that other price because it's great food.
It's It's
great food.
And you're paying for peace of mind. I mean, honestly, it's really important that you have something like this. Stephanie, what would you say in the last minute or so if someone just is catching the tail end here? What's the most important thing they should know about this purchase?
I think the important thing is, and you started with this, there's so many things we love to buy, shoes and clothes and jewelry. I could spend all day shopping here, trust me, and we do. However, this is one of those things that you need to buy. Food is a non-negotiable need for our families, but there are so many things out there we can't control. Maybe it's storms and weather. Maybe it's just the instability of the world. Maybe it's the fact that you've gotten sick or a child is sick and you just can't get to the store. Whatever the reason is in your world, or whatever the reason could be, because I know we all worry about all the things that could happen in life. No matter what they are, you still need to eat, and you can control this need without having to worry anymore. Have some water, get this pack of food at home, and your family has its basic needs met.
Even down to the milk.
For up to 25 years, and that's the other big thing.
Good.
You only have to do it once.
Yeah, and then you are set. And again, it's that peace of mind. So we have crossed 900 of these sold. It's a great time to bring it in. As Mark was saying, the season, depending where you live, it's different. But for us, and for the South in particular, 2 months, what is that, 8 weeks? And then we're in the thick of it again. So it's a good time for
tornado season is right now, unfortunately, as our friends in Alabama already know. It has been a tough beginning of the season. So now's the time to think about it. We all know what aftermath is like. Get ready now. And don't wait for aftermath.
It's one of those things where it's never too early or too late to do it. So that is the Today Special 2 for you. It's a great value. Get it while you can, while we have the free shipping. And remember, 2 extra flex payments if you use your HSN credit card. We have to talk